Hey, and welcome. Hey, and welcome, you guys. Thank you for clicking on the video. I don't know if I like this little 10-second delay with my little thing going on here. I tried to zhuzh it up and change it and make it a little newer, but anyway, child, here we are. And I was trying to give y'all some different music so y'all can delineate between a live and a pre-recorded. Not that it matters. It's more so for me. Anyway, thank you for being here. Please like the video. It is a free way to support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Comment down in the comment section, sharing your thoughts, but keeping it cute. And speaking of sharing, share this video. We share your videos because sharing is indeed caring. And if you want to put a little something in the tip jar, feel so inclined, the Cashapp and Venmo are also there for those who would like to partake. Okay, get the brain together. Okay, your girl is tired. This is the start of a 6-day work week, but we're not here for that. Okay, we're here for Owen's new show, the Belle Collective, Birmingham. It's just giving a little bit of a spin-off because we had, the OG Bells with Letitia and Latrice and all of them, and Marie Monroe, which I haven't watched in like 2 seasons, y'all. I gotta go play catch up and go see what the Bells is doing over there. And Tambra, I gotta go see what they're doing. But anyway, season 1, episode 1 is titled A Storm's A Brewing. Before we get into the thing, y'all, I got a couple of slides, but I'm gonna let y'all know I'm not really a slide girly. Here's all the ladies looking very beautiful. I'm not really a slide lady, okay? So we got slides today because we have new people. We got to learn these faces and learn these names, put the pieces together. So I might have them for maybe episode 2, and then that's probably going to be the end of it, okay, y'all? You get the gist. You know who everybody is. So we start off with the main cuisine, okay, if you will, the main attraction, Stormy, okay? Now, y'all know her from Love and Marriage Huntsville because the producer's asking her, what you been doing with the last 2 years? But, confession, and I won't be embarrassed to say I ain't never watched one episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? My fellow YouTubers kept me up with all the drama, so when I had to, know what was going on with Marcel and Coleslaw, I knew what was going on in Marcel and Coleslaw, but I ain't watched not one near episode. So she's new to me. I love the energy that she's given. She's giving me definitely those boss vibes. So she owns Canvas Beauty. She says, the past 2 years she's worked with Fenty Beauty. She is TikTok's #1 live seller in the US and the UK. Okay, don't get it twisted. First to have $1 million live. First, first to have $1 million live. Okay, so that's something real proud of. And it's just basically been traveling the globe. Okay, here, there, and everywhere. Now as a college student, she said she was in a dark, place, going through some depression. She had a dream. She dreamed of becoming a hairstylist. Um, and so she hopped onto it and did the daggone thing. She started off with a hair studio. Um, and she also in the dream, child, keep up the brain. I said it's a little slow tonight. She also in the dream got the name. So Canvas was the name. Now her mom wasn't supportive, but she pushed on. I said, "Oh, not your mama, gave you that energy. You hate to hear it." But the part that I don't know if I didn't hear it or, I'm not totally familiar with her story is that she dropped out of her senior year of high school. So I understand as a parent where that would be hard, but to see what she has flipped it into, I hope she has come back and given her child an apology and be grateful that she followed her dreams. Because sometimes, these kids be knowing what the hell they're talking about. And you just got to step out on faith and see what happens. Okay, I'm back. I had to pause for the cause because I wanted to go back and take down her mission statement, baby. Okay, so she says she and her husband started the business in her kitchen and moved on up, okay, like George and Wheezy, to a 50,000 square foot warehouse and building the next $1 billion lifestyle brand, which, baby, you love to hear. We love, Black success stories, okay? But Canva's mission statement is a female is the perfect canvas. She has the natural gift of beauty. Her beauty can never be diminished, only enhanced. And when she blossoms, she can be whatever she wants to be, baby. Okay, I have to go take that down, all right? So we're in this warehouse and this thing is handling business. And we find out that she's doing her first collabo with Lala Anthony. And it is a mega live. Okay, so this is her first, I think, collab with somebody famous, if you will. So think it's a 48-hour live. And I think that was on recently, like a couple months ago, because I don't really watch them TikTok lives like that, child. Because y'all don't have to be on there trying to sell me 50 million things. I can buy stuff on my own without being on the live and y'all selling me stuff. So I'll be, excuse me, I'll be swiping past quick, fast, and in a hurry. But I thought I did catch Lala on there while I was swiping not too long ago. So she talks to her CFO, Amber. Let's put Miss Amber up here about the pre-release party. And they plan to keep it local in Birmingham. She's done New York and all these other places, but she wants to do it there. And Amber's kind of discussing the culture in Birmingham, the hams, as she calls it. You know, it's up and coming. It looks like a nice little place to live. If any of y'all from down there, drop in the comments and let me know what it's hitting for. So Amber invites her to dinner to meet some new people. Now, we don't see this dinner. We kind of just go through the episode and just meet the people as it will. But the box that comes in for Lala. Okay, now Lala, I think she said she let her come and pick her own fragrance. So the fragrance is straight from Lala, but we got this, what's supposed to be a beautiful box with, I guess, all the products in it. The Lala box ain't it, y'all. It's supposed to be the highlight of their launch. And so she calls the guy on the phone and she's like trying to figure out what's going on. And she's saying she spent the money, but she didn't get the quality because he was like, it wasn't in a budget. She was like, oh, no. You were paid, okay? And paid quite well. I forgot how much she said she spent, baby, but anything that they couldn't do, I'm sure she could have given them the money to do it. And I think she said as much. And she's just really looking for quality. She's showing, Stormy showing Amber, I think it's a perfume box that she had and just the better quality. And she's like, she could have got this stuff over in China for half price. But basically, we're staying local. We're staying in the United States. She paid for it to be ordered domestically. But it's looking like they won't get there on time. I think he said she was going to get half by, baby. It was a mess. It ended up working itself out later in the episode. Don't ask me how, but it just did. So let me go back because I think we're still on Stormy. Stormy loves being home. She has dogs, so we're looking at her dogs, and she's got one of the dogs in the chair in a confessional with her, and that dog's name is Trey. Okay, and Trey is always with her. She says that is her emotional support dog, and he's a rescue dog, and he was done so badly that he broke his leg, and they couldn't fix it. So Trey is for 3. And that's what we get, baby, okay? So this is when we meet Kayla. Kayla is over at Stormy's house. And baby, did I mention... Kayla's over at Stormy's house. And did I mention that Stormy got horses, baby? She got a whole stable. I said, come on now. Like I said, when I say Black excellence, it's really giving Black excellence. So hold on one second. My throat doing what it wants to do. So Kayla teaches parents how to get their kids started in acting and modeling. They've known each other for 6 years. Her daughter was in Black Panther, and she comes from humble beginnings, where parents started coming to her asking how to get their kids into the acting business, and she would meet with them at Starbucks, $35, give them the 411, and then she really built her business off of that. So I applaud her for that. Now, baby, he is still working on me, okay? Because when I looked at Kayla had reminded me of somebody, and I automatically I wasn't here for Kayla. Like I said, he's still working on me, okay? Maybe this is something I got to talk over in therapy, but I looked at Kayla and I was like, something ain't going to click for me, but we're going to see. Maybe I'll feel better as the season goes along. But we find out that she's recently divorced, I believe 4 months. She met her husband when she was working at Hooters, but she was not a Hooters girl. She was working as a hostess. She was 17 and he was 32. Yeah, you heard me correctly. It's given predatory. They show a picture of her with him with the kids, and his face is blurred out, and I'm like, he looked like the kind. So we kind of talk about, her growing and, him just not going along for the ride because he was grown already, baby. Okay, you had lots of growing to do. You grew, you evolved, you became the woman that you are. While this man was already grown, stuck in his ways. Y'all probably didn't have much in common. And I just, You hate to see it. I just, um, so they're kind of talking about it, hugging it out, tears, 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 all of the things, right? And then something I'm missing because some things I left out my notes, so I have notes, but some of this I have to do up from memory. And bear with me. Um, I think the last thing I think the last thing Stormy was saying is she didn't feel like the husband was a bad person, but she could just tell that he wasn't allowing her to fly. So next we going over and we meet Tiffany. She's with Amber and some of the girlies. And she's heading this prayer group. Tiffany is a baby. She say, I think her husband was Willie Jones. I don't know who that he was. Is Willie Jones a pastor? Y'all get down in the comments and let me know. But she is a wife and mother of 3 and an entrepreneur, baby. I did not get down all the jobs and the businesses, okay? Forgive me. It was a lot. But they're also a blended family. I was wondering, does anybody know? Because I don't know this lady from a hole in the wall. What was going on with her neck? I see she has a little mark on her neck. Does she have some type of illness or surgery? I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just genuinely curious. I heard through the grapevine over on the social media streets that she's Ricky Smiley's niece, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure of the relation. She looks like she's gonna be a lot. She's gonna be a lot. Nothing wrong with having faith. I'm not a church girly myself, but nothing wrong with having faith, being a church girly, having prayer, having a prayer group. And I just hope, we use it in the right way and we don't force it down anybody's throat. Moving along, we meet Fumi, okay? Fumi is giving us life, okay? She's a Nigerian born content creator. I just went and followed Miss Thing, okay, over here on the YouTube streets. And she's based in Birmingham. She is an entrepreneur, a wife, and mother of 2. And her husband, Sam, is a lawyer. So they're looking for a new house, but they have not sold the house that she lives in. Looks like her sister's a realtor. She works with the sister. The kids come in, baby. The boys say they like the house they in. She complained about the house they just saw. The kitchen's not big enough. And, it is what it is. So we kind of move on from there. I hate to jump back on y'all because it aggravates me to no end when I have to switch the slides in the middle of the thing, but it is what it is. So we're with Amber. Amber lives with her niece, Kaylin, who also works at Canvas. She came to Birmingham to play basketball, went on to play professional for 5 years overseas, and returned to Birmingham to start her own business and to be CFO for Canvas Beauty, as it is. So she's on the phone with Stormy. They're talking about these boxes. They start talking about the pre-release party that Stormy's having. And again, as we're talking about this, we get into the guest list. She's not really excited. I said, okay, Amber, my girl, she's not excited. Kayla was invited. She's like, she don't know what it is, what the issue is, but she rubbed her the wrong way. I guess the first time that they met, like she knew she was Stormy's friend, and she spoke to everyone except her. I probably would have been cute and be like, "Hi, hello," I'm here, but baby, I get it because it's a lot. So let me just so I don't have to be clicking back and forth. Let's give you all the girls. Tiffany recently met Stormy. And I don't know whether they had known each other on the internet because I know she said she met Fumi and she did like a fireside chat and they were following each other and stuff like that. I know some of these parts that I left out. But I don't know if they had met each other maybe online and this was their first time meeting a person. Again, you could correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I was trying, me, girl got a problem with note taking, so I was trying to like minimize the notes and do stuff off of memory. But anyway, it says she recently met Stormy and was invited to the pre-release. And so she invites her friend Kendra as her +1. I believe Kendra's the mayor's wife, their ride or dies. I'll do the ride or die when it comes to friendship because we're not riding or dying for no man. But they used to club together, shake it fast, watch yourself, drink, fight, do all the things. We love to see it. So now it's party time. Oh, it's party time. So we're over at the pre-release. Everything is set up beautiful. Like I said, Stormy, she really knows what she's doing. Okay, now Lala can't make it, but Stormy FaceTimes her so she can see what's the goings on. She lets her know about the whole box debacle. And she was like, I ain't even want to say nothing to you. And Lala's kind of like getting her little pat in the back, like, you're a boss B. Like, I knew he was going to get it handled, and you did. But it turns out from what they said, because the guy was being real snippy on the phone, but they said that she got a prototype, but the mass production run will be better quality. What I'm gonna need y'all to do, I want an actual sample. I want to see what the people are actually getting. So that's all cute, and I hope it is, but that's what she wanted instead of the prototype. I want the actual sample. I want to see what they're actually getting, because she was picking that thing apart, baby. She was like, look at the themes, look at this, look at the foam. I mean, you could tell she's a real professional. She knows what she's doing. But anyway, we moved past it. The ladies start showing up. They chitting, they chatting. I think it was Amber came in and was like, "Ooh, Fumi, I didn't know you were so short. You fun size, baby. Don't never call nobody short, okay? I mean, I'm not short, but don't ever call. I'm not tall either. Call nobody short." So Fumi's like, don't get it twisted, okay? Don't let the height fool you, baby girl. Even though I'm 5 feet, I think she said 4'11" on a bad day. I said, "Oh, girl, not 4'11." Um, she's like, don't let it fool you, okay? I'm 6 feet, 100, a giant with the personality and the intellect. I said, okay, I know that's right. A little finger clap, okay? Baby. Kayla show up. Kayla said, like I said, I'm keeping this real cute. We're gonna try to keep it real short. These are probably gonna continue to be pre-recorded. Anyway, back to Kayla. Kayla shows up with another old man. I think they said that the man, I don't even remember his name. It don't really matter. On the screen, it said that man was 52 years old. And Stormy's like, she wants her to move forward, not backward. And I said, therapy. That's therapy. That's a whole ass word, because you're falling into the same patterns. One, you don't have to jump back out there and date right again. You don't. Go to therapy, take some time for yourself, take some time with your girls, take some time with your kids. You know, it's in cycles. You don't have to do everything at once, but just really enjoy and just live your life. Just live your life. You don't have to jump right back out there. I mean, it is what it is. Some people like to get into it like that. I like to take a little time, but make sure you're also healing. And for her to be with another man of that age, I was kind of like, I don't really know how I feel about that. But, that's her business. She grown. She can do what she want to do. I just hope she don't end up in the same exact situation she just found herself getting out of. And that's where you kind of run into when you're dating somebody that's that much older than you. But we're not going to pass no judgment. We're just going to continue, because we're doing a recap. We're not doing a therapy session, because I'm not a therapist. I digress. And she's still paying Amber dust too. I didn't really understand it. I don't know whether there's some underlying history. I don't know. She don't just like the way she looked. Like I said, if I was Amber, I'd be like, hey girl, hey, just because, Gemini. So she's kind of discussing it a little later with Stormy, and so Stormy's like, can we talk for a minute, okay? And she brings her over so the two of them can talk it out. I mean, because we're on a reality show after all. And Kayla says, I don't remember that. I don't remember not addressing you. And Stormy looks like she's over it. Now, I don't know whether she was over it because Kayla said she don't remember it, or she thinks that Amber is putting 20 on 10, because, sometimes, your friends, you be like, girl, you be doing a lot. I know my friend probably be looking at me like I be doing a lot sometimes, but I do a lot because y'all don't do enough. Anyway, so basically, child, that's where the episode ends. I think next episode we're gonna get into some foolishness with Tiffany. I can tell you, Tiffany and Kayla look like they're not gonna be my two favorite people in here. Ooh, excuse me, out of these 5 ladies, Tiffany and Kayla. Sorry, I had to clear my throat, but we'll see. It's a new show. We gotta get used to the people. I don't want to call them characters. We have to get used to the people and see how it goes. And yeah, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Can I take this down without causing a huge? It don't never pretend y'all didn't see that. It don't never do what it wanted to do. Anyway, I appreciate you guys all for coming through. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna try to continue to support this show, and bring you content on it. I'm not sure if I can what day I can commit to doing it. I'm kind of do better when I'm on a panel, because then they in charge and I just kind of watch. And anyway, but I don't know what day this is gonna go up. It could go up on a Monday, it could go up on a Sunday. So please just keep your notifications on. Again, let me give you a yes, bless you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you good people in the next video. Peace out, y'all.